I've asked people, do you use white sage? And they'll say, I don't know what that is. And I'll say, do you smudge? Do you burn the smudge bundle? Oh, yeah, I use that. So they don't know what the plant is. They probably don't know even where it comes from, of course. So, but it's something they know about smudging.
The white sage years back, 10, 15 years back, was much, much taller, much fuller bush. Over the course of the years, it's been dwarfed in size because of the amount of poaching that has taken place up here. And between the drought and the poachers, if it's continued to go much longer, a lot of it will cease to exist.
The people don't know where they get it from. They will sometimes say, I have been assured that it is sustainably harvested. I have been assured they're doing nothing wrong. But they already know there's something wrong because they don't want to really talk to you, and they usually try to get out of the conversation because they cannot verify the source. That potentially means it's poached sage, and we know that by the looks of things, probably 90% of what is on the market, on the internet, or in stores is poached.
What they do is not only destroy any plants in the general proximity of besides the white sage, but they also displace a lot of the wild creatures we have up here because this is a very dry area. These creatures have to fight for their existence, whether it just be food and or water. When you displace these creatures and they die off, you throw off the balance of nature.
The main thing that we would like people to do once they know about this is to stop purchasing white sage, especially if you have to purchase it because you really need it for medicine or something, then you have to know exactly where it comes from. It has to come from a sustainable grower or from a person who is growing it and they're offering it to you.
The white sage has been very successful. It's offered us a lot of peace.
My first experience with sage, California sage, was when I first moved to California. I was 25, and we got together one night and somebody came in with a big pile of sage. And that was the first time I'd ever seen it or smelled it or had any sense of it. And I was absolutely, totally overwhelmed by it. So when we got here, I thought it'd be a cool idea to grow sage. You can feel the energy on this property, and it's very beautiful.
If you're going to use any product, especially when it comes to plants that are used botanically or for smudging, you really need to know, where does that plant come from? Is it an endangered plant? Is it being taken from the environment without permits and being stolen? This is getting worse.
Cut. All those are cuts. Cuts here. This stuff should be, look at this is a new one, but they won't let it go long enough. They'll just, when it leaves out, they'll cut it. The more you keep cutting it, it's like a tree. If you top it, you've stunted its growth forever. And it's never going to get big anymore. It's going to stay just like this small stuff here. They got to quit cutting it.
This is a very serious thing, and none of us should be any part of that. We should be very careful about how we purchase things and be good consumers and better stewards of our environment, because it is part of our future. And without this environment, the natural environment, nothing exists.